did not have any resources to tap, and I didn't want to lose our place. So I just kept racking this up, going, something will come. I will figure out a way. And in about 14 months, we brought in an attorney to do a buy-sell agreement with us. And my partner, Chris, he said, Mark, this is Julie. She's my right arm. And without missing a beat, Mark said, I need a right arm. Where do I get a right arm? And in my head, I went, I made $11,000 this year. Let's talk. Yeah. Let's have a conversation. And we did. We had a conversation. And at this point, the relationship, the partnership wasn't going really well. It wasn't terrible, but it became very clear that his vision for the future of our company and mine were very different things. He was going this way, and there was no middle ground. But I didn't want it to end like the last one. Right. So I basically just said, I'm out. Okay. We didn't have, there wasn't a lot put in, and what was he had spent. So there wasn't an I owe you or there's a buyout or anything. Right, it was like, let's make this a parting of ways. You keep what we've built here, and I just need to go make some money. I need to support my family. So I had a conversation with Mark, and it turns out he was a fabulous attorney, so good at what he does, a master connector, absolutely atrocious at running his business. And I can say this because I tell him to his face. We meet every 2 weeks, and I tell him often, and I adore him. We still work together to this day. But he didn't have systems. He didn't have organization. He loved the relationship and would forget to bill. So financially, it wasn't as successful as it could be because he was literally forgetting to bill. Or if he remembered to bill, he'd forget to follow up, and people would learn this. You teach them how to treat you, and they just wouldn't pay in a timely manner. And I was not having that. I was not having that at all. And that was where the maternal thing came in. He was older than me, but I was like, no, I'm going to take care of this. Yeah. Like, you go out and do what you do. I will fix all of this. And I said, but do it in a nice way. You don't have to be unpleasant, even with collections, And so we joke to this day. He says the year he hired me, it was the best year he'd ever had, and he's been in business for decades. And then I always follow up with, it's not because I made you make more, it's because I actually collected on what you earned. Yeah. That's all I did.
Yeah, we talk about that. What we do, we call it plugging the profit leaks. Yeah. There's so many leaks that business owners have within their enterprise. Yeah. And you just have to figure out how to keep it, whether that's on the side of taxation, whether that's the side of just operations and overhead. Yeah. Figuring out how to collect on the money that you're owed in an efficient and effective manner definitely can lead to outcomes that you desire.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's how kind of organically the third business came to be, because I had still sworn off businesses, especially after the second one. I was like, okay, note to self, it's no better with a partner than it is solo. Okay, we're not doing that again. Okay. And I worked with Mark, and he was also a bleeding heart, and I don't know that he knows that I know, but he would invent work for me to do. Okay. So that I would have more. Like, he kept me busy.
So you operated that as almost like an independent contractor.
I did.
You came in, stepped in, and helped as an independent contractor. Yep. What gave you the idea to make that a business?
I didn't. He did.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I got in, over the course of the couple years we worked together, we dabbled in, we organized his office. We did, obviously the bookkeeping was huge. His website was like circa 1980. And so I ended up doing his website, and he was using social media for both business and personal. And I was like, oh, no. So I did really whatever he needed. Right. Like, he didn't know what he needed, and I would just kind of discover it. And I was like, oh no, we can't do that. Right. So all the systems and all of that. And he said to me one day, he's like, you could make a business out of this whole right arm thing. Yes. He's like, I work. So he is a business attorney. He sets up LLCs and things like that. He's like, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. They all need you. Okay. They don't know they need you, but they all need you. Yes. And I was like, yeah, that's interesting. Okay.